Well, hello again, everyone. It's your man, Cowboy Star, coming back at you. And I'd like to thank you all for liking, commenting, and subscribing to Cowboy Star, where you get all the latest news. That's right, on the Dallas Cowboys. Well, today, in case you've been living up underneath a rock, the latest news, of course, training camp starting tomorrow for the Cowboys. And right on cue, we have breaking news. It's been quiet for the Cowboys up until now. Yeah, I knew something was going to happen. Zack Martin threatening to hold out. Uh, Not happy with his contract. Although I can't really blame him looking at the market out there. Zack is currently about 7 million, making about $7 million less than the top paid NFL guards. Cowboys, I'm going to say this one time and one time only. Y'all better pay the man. Y'all better pay this man his money, because if y'all don't have Zack Martin, y'all have no one really in the wings that can even begin to take his place. So I hope and pray that the Cowboys are listening to me, listening to the powers that be out there. Zack Martin is to me, he's probably the second most valuable player on the Cowboys. So, other than Michael Parsons, I think Cowboys, you better get this guy signed. We really do need Zack Martin. To me, it just mystifies me because they did have some talks with him in OTAs about his contract, and I guess the Cowboys didn't like the sound of what he was talking about his contract, and probably didn't think he was serious, because it's really not Zack Martin's style to hold out or make things public and cause himself to be a distraction. But I guess he's tired of not getting paid. So uh, good luck, Zach. I hope you get your money. But in other news, the Cowboys are looking at a few top free agents that are out there. I'm going to go over a few of those free agents that I thought may be interesting for the Cowboys to look at. They have one open roster spot available on the team and about $20 million in cap space. So the Cowboys do have the money, they do have the room. So it's a matter of who they want to choose to take this spot. Of course, this is before any cuts of any kind have been made and before training camp. Number one player that I wrote down was Dalvin Cook, who is still out there, still a free agent. He's not as good as Pollard, in my opinion. So if he comes here, he probably won't be the starter. I know he won't, because Pollard's making $10 million, and I know if they signed him, he wouldn't be making $10 million. I know he's probably going to want to demand about $7 million, $6 or $7 million. Don't see the Cowboys paying him $7 million to be Tony Pollard's backup. If he wanted to go for half of that amount, I'm all in. Bring him on. But $7 million, nah, that's a little too steep. Don't think we need him that bad. There are some other running backs that are out there that if later in camp, if somebody gets hurt or looks like they're not doing the job the Cowboys is desiring them to do, there are a couple of three other running backs out there by the name of Kareem Hunt and Leonard Fournette, who's out there, but he's had a history of coming in camp overweight. And he's still a pretty good back, but like I said, the Cowboys aren't going to pay these guys no more than 2 or 3 million at the most. I would venture to guess anywhere from 1 to 3 million. If they don't want to go for that, Cowboys will probably keep the backups that they have. And also, of course, Zeke is out there. Just depends on how bad Zeke wants to be a Cowboy. It looks like he's still wanting to be a Cowboy, because he's had opportunities to go maybe settle for a little less, with other teams, and still hasn't caught on with anyone. So Zeke, of course, is still a possibility. Some other free agents out there. Dalton Reisner, who's a free agent left guard with the Denver Broncos, is out there. I think he would be a good depth for the Cowboys at guard. You never know. That's a very important position on the team, guard and tackle. Hey, if he wants to come in for the right price, I could see the Cowboys going for him. Trey Turner, who's a right guard, that's a free agent with the Commanders, is available. The Cowboys could try to look at him, perhaps bring him into the fold as a depth on our offensive line. So with especially with Tyron Smith, he's good for at least 5 games a year. You can't have enough offensive line depth, in my opinion. Deion Jones is my next player that I jotted down. He's a free agent linebacker. The Cowboys have a decent amount of backups on linebackers, but if somebody happens to have a bad start to the training camp, there are several free agent linebackers, including Deion Jones, that are out there and that are available for the Cowboys. So with that $20 million the Cowboys do have, they could look at signing a linebacker. Of course, there is a few other free agent veteran kickers out there. The Cowboys currently have Brandon Aubrey, who they signed from the USFL, and Tristan Vizcaino is still on the roster. So those two will be battling it out. I don't see them signing another kicker right now. But if somebody happens to fall on their face at the first part of training camp, the Cowboys could look at Mason Crosby, who is out there. There's Ryan Suckup, who is still available. Randy Bullock is out there. Michael Badgley and Nick Folk. Of course, Robbie Gould is out there. Like I said before in a previous video, I really don't think they would sign Robbie Gould because he's limited pretty much now at his age to around 50-yard kicks, and I don't think he does kickoffs anymore. So that would mean the Cowboys have to carry 2 players for a special team kicker, and I don't see them doing that. Of course, looking at the wide receiver market out there on free agents, it's kind of slim pickings out there. The only viable one that I can think of that's still on the market is Julio Jones, which he's on his way out. I don't think he's got a whole lot left. If Jalen Tolbert was to do like he did last year and not do much at all and not be able to learn the offense, they perhaps could look at someone like Julio Jones. Like I said, there's also one defensive back that I think might be a good addition, if not this year, maybe next year, by the name of Isaiah Rogers. He was a cornerback with the Colts, and the Colts let him go for gambling on the NFL. So maybe he's learned his lesson, and the Cowboys might give him a shot. But he's free agent. He's out there. But the Cowboys have decent depth currently, unless an injury happens somewhere in the secondary. Jordan Lewis should be back. He's an undersized cornerback, but he makes up with it for effort that he puts out there on the field. But anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate those who have so far. With training camp starting tomorrow, there should be lots of things going on. The wife and I just got back from vacation. We went to Branson, Missouri. If you have ever been there, I highly recommend the trip. It was a lot of fun. We went to several shows out there, and of course Silver Dollar City. It was a good time too. With that being said, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Catch you next time. I'm out.